All right. What's up, everyone? So, I know that you guys are wondering where my next video was. You know, a lot of people have inboxed me about my video that I was supposed to post about my experience with FedEx. So, I'm going to try to be as clear as possible and as honest as possible about my last, I want to say the last 90 days, no, not 90 days, 180 days. So I would say it's been 180 days. So the reason why it has now been about approximately 10 months, 11 months since I last posted, or almost a year there, but it's only been technically 7 months for me, because unfortunately, maybe about a week after I posted my last video, I contracted COVID. So upon contracting COVID, I didn't know, where I had got it from. If I had got it from work, if I got it from, my roommate, if I got it from, the grocery store. But, I was still masking up. As you can see, I'm masked up now. I usually try to leave my mask on until I actually get home, not just taking it off and putting it back on. But anyway, I was precautious and all of that. So, with FedEx, upon contracting COVID, you have to definitely tell the supervisor. You do stay home. And then you cannot... Hold on, there's a FedEx truck pulling out in front of me. You cannot come back to work until you actually test negative. So in my situation, it took me a while before I tested negative. I didn't know that I had COVID because I didn't really have any symptoms. The only thing I would say that I really had was like a burning sensation in my nose. But because I have allergies, I just thought, my allergies were acting up. But because my roommate contracted COVID, I got tested, and that's when I found out. And this was in the height of COVID during December time. So when I signed up for FedEx, there was also a sign-on bonus. So I still, I went out, I was taking off work, and I would say I was taking off work maybe about 2.5 months, almost 3 months. And during that time, I was still considered an employee, so I still got my bonus. So I was still getting paid, and I was still getting my bonus during that time. I got paid for every day that I was off. And so when I finally tested negative, I went ahead and let my supervisor know, and then they said, okay, well, your shift is from it's from Monday to Friday, so you can show up on Monday, be here on Monday. And so Monday, I showed up and been there since. I am putting my 2-week notice in soon because I found another job that's more in line with my degree. So I'll be leaving shortly. I must honestly say, FedEx is a very organized company. They know what they want. They know what to expect from you as an employee. Your job description and your job expectations are clearly explained to you before you hit the floor. They are very precautious. The pay is good. I would say it's good because it was my second job, not my primary job. So it was good for a second job. My initial pay was $16.50, I want to say. And then right now I'm at $17.25. But I work every day. It is a very fluid position because depending on the airlines, I work for Express. So depending on the airlines, there could be times where you have to stay later. and they do work around you because my primary job started at 8, and my shift was supposed to be over at 6:30. And sometimes I would get off at they will say, "Can you stay?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, I can stay," and then I would just stay. I would let them, and they knew, like my boss knew, or my boss knows now that I have a primary job, and he's like, "Okay, I know you got to go, blah blah blah." So my experience has been they worked around that that schedule and those priorities. Let's see. Oh, benefits. Benefits, again, like I said, it was day one. I utilized the benefits. They are perfect. They're great benefits. The flight benefits also. It's kind of hard to use the flight benefits because everything is standby, and you definitely want to make sure you get on the flight because you got to go to work. You definitely don't want to be the person that says, okay, I won't be in because my flight, I can't catch it, and you're actually using that benefit from work. That is probably the worst thing you can do. So you just got to be very mindful. I would say if you're not scheduling taking some days off work and not just trying to use your 2 off days to do it, that's different. I would wait. Just my suggestion. The flight benefits are there. They are good. So if you're going to use them, I would say use them according to the vacation that you already have planned and the days that you already took off, because you definitely don't want to be in that situation where you're not getting the flight because you're on standby, but you have to be at work either the next day or that night. You don't, and you want to be stuck in the airport. So if you are, like, I would say if you're young and you're trying to start off with a career, I would definitely recommend FedEx. If you're already set in your career and you just need the extra money, I would definitely recommend FedEx. There has been, in my 6 or 7 months, there has been quite a lot of turnover. I would say more than average. I would say that it's been more than average. But the ones when you're working there, the ones you know that are going to stay there, they stay. Like the people that you can kind of like sense, people that are working there and they're like in the groove, like they're there to get it done, or they have the energy. You could just know. But the people that are like there just like moping around, like, "Oh, you want me to get this? Oh, you want me to get this box? You want me to throw this one?" They're probably not gonna last that long. And it's probably not for them. But me, a lot of people, I watched a lot of reviews, and a lot of reviews are like, "Oh, it's like going to the gym. You're going to like I was not ready." And no, I'm sorry. I was not ready because you guys hyped it up. Because these people hyped it up, and I get there and I'm like, this ain't nothing. Like, this is not hard. There are times where there are heavy days, but it's not every day. And I must also clarify that there are separate departments. So I'm trying to do this video and drive. There are separate departments. So what do they call it? So sorting is one thing, and receiving is another. I would say receiving. So when I first started, they had me in receiving. Oh my God. Now that is something. Receiving is definitely something. Hold on, you guys. Someone's calling me. Okay, so I'm back. Well, where was I? Yeah, there were 2 separate departments, so I definitely want to clarify that. And I definitely want to actually also touch on this video, advancement. So the main 2 departments when you are working, when you're applying for FedEx, I know mainly what you see is material handler, package handler. So material handler, basically they want you to have a driver's license and pass a DLT test so that you can drive. You could drive the carts to the zone, to the dock, so that they can be unloaded. So the planes come in, basically the planes come in, you drive one of the carts to the plane, attach the cart to it, drive it back to the dock, and it gets unloaded. So that's the big difference of those two positions. And that's one of the questions that they ask you, because they really want to have equal amount of both, 50-50 really, because they're both needed. You know, the more planes, the more bodies you need. So receiving was very, very difficult and strenuous, because you're sitting in front of one of those tugs, is what they call them. The gate is lifted, and you're basically taking out box, throwing it, making sure the label is sitting up, facing up, so that it can be scanned and sorted. And so these boxes, you don't know how much they weigh. You don't know how much they weigh until you grab it. So you definitely gotta be mindful. But then again, at the same time, it's competitive, because someone next to you could be in the same tug throwing like 10 boxes every 5 seconds, and you're throwing, 5 every 5 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Somebody's probably going like this, but my thing is, do what's healthy. You know what I'm saying? If that's not conducive to your body, don't do that. I would not recommend it. And let them talk to you. Be like, hey, if you need me to speed up, then I'm just being careful. That's all you have to do about that. Again, I think that they're very mindful of their employees. So if you want to go the extra mile and get promoted, then do that, because people are doing that there, and it is a very competitive job, and people get promoted that are that take that initiative and go over and beyond. I went into that department one day, and I did not go back. I was like, no. If I had to do that, I probably would have quit. So then I went over to sortation, and sortation was much more easier. It is the same boxes, but it's not as continuous as working in the receiving area. So there are, how can I put this? There is holiday pay. However, you're not off. So I don't know if you're aware of that, but if you work that day, you have to be at work that day. If you work, you work. It is what it is. Because it's an airline. FedEx Express is an airline. It's not FedEx Ground. It's not FedEx Office. None of that. FedEx Express is an airline. So they do not close. I think Sunday is the only day where there is no deliveries. So Sunday everyone is off. But again, airlines are still coming. Airplanes are still coming, but there are no deliveries. So there's no need for you to be there. What else? I don't think that there's a lot of opportunity, and that's what I want to touch on. I don't think that there's a lot of opportunity for advancement at FedEx. I don't, in that department. Now, and let me clarify that. If you're going to stay in distribution, it's either material handling, package handling, supervisor, manager. All the other outlining departments are departments where someone could recommend you go. It's not a bump in pay, it's all lateral. But what happens is that you get training, like CBL training or computer-based learning training, and you learn that department. You learn about hazardous waste, and maybe you may get a DOT hazard indicator on your badge or whatever, and then and so now you work in that department. Same warehouse, you're just over in a different corner. So I'm not trying to downplay it, but I'm just saying that's how it is in a distribution warehouse, basically. However, like I said, there's FedEx Express, there's FedEx Ground, there's FedEx Logistics, there's FedEx Office, there's FedEx Supply Chain. All of these are under the umbrella of FedEx. So there are opportunities all over. But as far as transferring goes, you can do that. But if you're really interested in, the benefits may change, when you go to a different FedEx. Just to be honest, they're not paid out the same. Like, ground don't get flight benefits because they're not an airline. So it's just it's contractual. There's something about that's contractual that allows you to get flight benefits. So just to name one. Other than that, I enjoy it. I enjoyed it. Hopefully no one that I work with is seeing this video, because I will be putting in my 2 weeks notice soon, and hopefully doing other videos about another job. Just so you guys know, I'm going into insurance, and if you guys want information on that, you can also inbox me or comment below. All right, cool. So if you're thinking about FedEx, I would honestly, they come highly recommended. And let me know if you have any questions. Subscribe or like this video. Have a good day, you guys.